Hello everyone, today we will be starting chapter 3 of Accountancy, and the topic of this chapter is accounting principles. Now let us see what is accounting principle. Theory base of accounting consists of principle, concepts, conventions, rules and guidelines developed over a period of time to bring uniformity and consistency to the process of accounting in order to enhance its utility to various users of accounting information. Now, accounting principles means nothing but some rules or concept that we have to keep in mind while preparing our final accounts. Then these principles, they are not newly made, they have been made earlier, and over a period of time they have helped us in bringing uniformity as well as consistency in our process of accounting. Means every year we follow the same principle, we follow same concepts, conventions, rules and everything, and it helps us in comparing our current year's result with previous year. This we will learn in details in subsequent topics. Then the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, ICAI, also constitute the theory base of accounting. Now this ICAI, they are the body which creates or which looks after the principles of accounting. Now what is meant by accounting principles? Unlike in the past when accounting statements were largely needed by the proprietor, these days accounting statements are needed by various parties who have vested interest in the business, namely proprietors, investors, creditors, government and many others. In our previous sessions we have seen that accounting information nowadays are not only needed by the proprietor but other parties are also interested in our business. So since these accounting information are needed by outsiders as well, that's why these principles has become compulsory or important in our business. Accounting statements disclose the profitability and solvency of the business to various parties. Now accounting statements, they have to show our profitability as well as solvency. Solvency is nothing but ability to repay back the debts of business. Since it is therefore necessary that such statements should be prepared according to some standard language and set rules. Means since these statements are very much important, so these statements, they should be prepared in such a manner that everybody should understand the meaning or the concept of these statements, as well as they should be prepared by following some rules. Now these rules are usually called generally accepted accounting principles. Now the set of rules that we are going to learn in this chapter, they are nothing but generally accepted accounting principles. That means accounting principles which are accepted by general public, means all over the world. These principles have been generally accepted by accountants all over the world as general guidelines for preparing the accounting statements. Now when we see COVID guidelines, they are observed or they are followed by everybody in the world these days. Just like that, accounting principles like GAAP, they are nothing but generally accepted rules or guidelines followed by all accountants in the world. These principles have developed over a course of period from usage, reason, common experiences. Now, when the accounting principles were firstly used, then because of some reasons, for common experiences, historical cases, statements of individuals and professional bodies and regulation of government agencies, and because of all these reasons, this GAAP were developed. Now let us see what are nature, characteristics or features of accounting principles. Now when we see the first feature is that accounting principles are uniform set of rules, means it is same for each and everybody. Accounting principles are a uniform set of rules or guidelines developed to use uniformity and easy understanding of accounting information. Means all over the world these accounting principles, they are same. It doesn't mean that in India we will follow particular rule and in America they will follow particular rule. No, that is not the case. Means these principles are uniform all over the world. Then accounting principles are man-made. It is not created by nature, it is made by man. Accounting principles are man-made and are derived from experience and reason. Means for preparing these principles, some of those who have made this accounting principle, they had experienced something, and for every particular principle they have particular reason. They are not laboratory tested as in case of science. They used to do tests in laboratory and they used to prepare rules and all. It is not like that. They are not laboratory tested and hence they lack universal applicability, and because of that they lack universal applicability because all countries, they have different business environment. Even though some principles are same, but there are some concepts or some rules which is different in other countries. Okay, physics, when we talk about any science law like gravitational law and all over the world, it is same because they are laboratory tested, they were proved by scientists and all. But in case of accounting principles, since the business environment keeps changing from time to time, so does the accounting rules are also sometimes changed. Okay, accounting principles are flexible. Now accounting principles are not rigid, they are not fixed, they are flexible. They are bound to change with the passage of time in response to the changes in business practices, government policies, and needs of the users of accounting information. Now, these rules are not very strict. We can change them, we can alter them depending on our business practice, government policies, and other factors. Okay. Now, these general accounting principles are generally accepted. These principles are basis and guidelines for accounting and are generally accepted. Means they form our basic of accounting, and that's why they are accepted by everyone. The general acceptance of an accounting principle depends upon how well it satisfies the following three criteria. Now, for adopting or for accepting a particular principle, we have to see how much they follow or they satisfy our three criteria, our three business criteria. And those three criteria are: first, relevance. A principle is relevant if it results in information that is useful to the user of accounting information. Suppose by accepting or by following a particular principle, if it gives us result which is required in our business, which is important in our business, then we can say that this principle is fit for our criteria or for our business. The next is objectivity. A principle is objective if it is free from personal bias or judgment of those who furnish the information. Now, the second criteria to fulfill is that objectivity. A principle should be free from personal judgment, personal opinion. Okay. Objectivity also implies verifiability, which means that there is some way of finding out the truthfulness or correctness of the information reported. Means a particular principle should be able to show its truthfulness, means it should have particular proof that it is true. Okay. The next is feasibility. A principle is feasible if it can be applied without undue complexity or cost. Means a principle is fit for a business if it is not that much hard to understand or it is not costly to apply in the business. Then next, let us see why do we need accounting principles. In order to make the accounting information meaningful to its internal and external users, it is significant that such information is reliable as well as comparable. The comparability of information is required to see how a firm has performed as compared to the other firms and how it has performed as compared to the previous years. Until and unless each and every business uses common principles, we will not be able to compare our result with that of our competitors' result. Okay, for that it is very much important that we as well as others, they should follow same principles. Then these rules are usually called GAAP, bring uniformity and consistency to the process of accounting and enhance its utility to different users of accounting information. Now there are various kinds of accounting principles, and those are mainly two category. First one is accounting concepts or assumptions, and next is accounting conventions. Now, accounting concepts or assumption means that we have to assume something. For running a particular business, there are some concepts that we have to keep in our mind, and we have to assume something. And convention means nothing but rule that we have to follow while preparing the final accounts. So in next session we will be studying in detail about this accounting concepts or assumptions and accounting conventions. Okay, so for today let's wind up here, and in our next session we will discuss these two heading two categories in detail. Thank you.